What's up YouTube lands, Zeno Gaming here, and welcome back to round number 6 for FRL here today at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix around the Baku City Street Circuit. And this is a track that is going to be very challenging, obviously completely different to Monaco despite the fact that they're both straight tracks. This is a track with long straights and then really tight sections. I really enjoy driving this track. I really love the challenge of it. I do love the challenge of street circuits. So yeah, we'll hopefully be able to repeat our performance last week at Monaco with a win. And with Baraka and Matthias not being here today is going to greatly help our chances of winning. So here is our first lap in qualifying, and we are into the 1 minute 38 straight away, which was a good sign. And here we go on our second lap of qualifying, and we go to a 38.3 here. This is a really good lap, and really for a second lap in qualifying, but ideally we need to be in the 37s here if we want to be on pole. So we'll show this lap full here now. This is our last run here in qualifying, and turn 1 third gear up to 6th gear here, back down to 2nd gear, 3rd and 4th here, open the DRS, and bit of a short squirt here, not too short, up to 8th gear, and then looking for the 100-meter board on the right side, back down to 2nd gear here for turn 3, hitting that curb on the inside, and then into turn 4, braking at around the 50-meter board, back to 2nd gear, short shifting to 3rd, and then coming here into 5 and 6, back down to 2nd, and then short shift there to 3rd, as we now move up here into this castle section here. This is a tricky hairpin corner kind of, and trying to arrest the speed there, and then into the castle section and not trying to put it into the barrier here, and we just don't get a great run through here as I did in the last lap. I say we'll probably missed the apex a little bit there, a little bit too slow on the throttle as well, and you can see lost a bit of time to the delta. And then coming here into turn 15, just go a bit deep on the brakes here and hit the curb there, almost put it in the barrier. And that was just being probably a little bit too eager as we now come into the final corner. I missed that apex as well, and that probably cost me a little bit of time coming out onto the straight here. As Sandeezy puts in an unbelievable lap there, 37.8. So that's the target time. I'm not near it. I'm pretty much doing the exact same identical lap time I did last time around. So we're going to come to the line here, and it does say 000 here, and then you can see that 14 thousandths of a second. I slightly went faster by 14 thousandths of a second. So not a great lap there to end qualifying. Probably could have been a little bit better, and unfortunately it's only going to be 4th place, but 4th place is good, with Ian covering in 2nd place and Edmund in 3rd. So fair play to those guys. And now we'll get into the race. It's a one-stop strategy, soft tyres start, and then we'll switch over to the hard tyre around lap 6, I think, lap 5 maybe even. I was thinking of an undercut. I just wasn't sure when I was going to do it. So that was the plan going into the race. So it was obviously going to change on the fly, so it just depended what the guys ahead did. But it's also about how this start unfolds. Obviously you don't want to pick up any damage, don't want to do anything too silly here in the first lap, so that will be the goal, is just to come out with a clean, a straight car, and then hopefully we'll be able to jump into the race rhythm. So yeah, that should hopefully be good, as we're already here geared up for the start of round 6 here, FRL, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 5 red lights come on. And let's go here in Baku. And a good start looks like from Diddlelicky. Looks like he's alongside Sandeezy. Not a bad start from ourselves. We got up the inside of Childamount. A bit of contact between Sandeezy and Ian here. So we get past Ian. And now we're coming into turn 3. I leave him space. He's up my inside. And we get a better run off the corner. So we are into 3rd place there, ahead of Ian. He's coming back up here into turn 3. I have to defend here. And we are able to do so, and he backs out of it there wisely. So we've got Edmund and Tom ahead, and the focus is just to hang on to these guys. I feel like I've got decent pace in this race, and it's just to stick within the DRS. It's the goal, sticking within the DRS. So hopefully we can do that, and I think we'll be able to with Edmund at least. Tom had really good pace in qualifying, but he seems to he always has had a really good strong pace in qualifying, but the race is a different story. So, and I feel like I'm always stronger in the race than I am in qualifying. I feel like that's just how my car setup is as well. So it's always more geared to a race car, and that's what this car is definitely geared towards. And with 1.5 wings is what I'm running on the aero, at least. That's definitely good in a straight line. So let's see if we can use those aero to an advantage here, as we now using that overtake button. I find DRS is so easy to manage around this track as well, which is really good for the straight like this. And I'm currently not using, but I'm getting a nice slipstream here. You can see here how much the slipstream I am getting here, and I'm gaining time here into turn 1. I'm not going to be close enough to have a move. I'll, make him think about maybe defending here in the turn 1 by just showing the nose, but nothing going here at the end of lap 1. Now on to the end of lap 2, or a little bit of an extension there. Pick up a warning, but track limits aren't too big of an issue around here. I should be fine. I'm managing not to pick up a penalty here, as Tom there has started to pull and stretch his legs on Edmund here, so maybe it will be time to look for a way past here on Edmund, as I'm getting once again a really nice toe here, and into turn 1 once again just show the nose, but we're not close enough to make a move. But with DRS available this lap, hopefully we'll be able to, and we'll see if we can maybe get a run here into turn 3. But Edmund got a really good run. Someone's out of the race there. Looks like Rhino out of the race. So, and now we have a safety car deployed. So that's a shame for Ryan there to be out of the Grand Prix so early on as well. And now I'm going to switch here strategy, go onto the hard tyre and just go to the end of the race. The hards can easily get to the end of the Grand Prix. I thought Tom was going to pit. He dummied and he doesn't pit. Edmund goes into the pit, so I follow him in here. I almost crash into the back. I'm trying to get as close as possible. Can the Red Bull mechanics do what they did for me last week in Monaco and jump me a position here in the pit lane and switched onto the hard tyre? Unfortunately, we just had to wait for the Renault there to clear, and a little delay unfortunately means I'm not going to get ahead of Edmund. And now we're going to come back out here 8th place by the looks of it, and for Edmund, he actually feeds back out in the traffic and actually is 2 cars ahead of me, so that's really good for him. I am behind Boomerang here, Hyundai, and we'll have to find a way past him, and also behind Saladas here, Steve. So it's going to be a restart here, and I'm trying to time this restart now so I can get maybe alongside here in the turn 1. I've got overtake already enabled, and then I floor the throttle, probably just a little bit too late, so I'm not going to be able to have a go here on Hyundai here into turn 1. And he runs a little bit wide, he misses the apex of 1, and we go up the inside here of Hyundai, and we now come into turn 2, and unfortunately I went too deep in the turn 2 and I've hit Steve there. That's bad mistake by my part. That's apologise to Steve for that. That's poor driving that was, and broke the front wing there to a yellow colour. So now we've just got to be mindful of the front wing, and as it's on the right side of the end plate, where I've got to really be mindful is this section right here, the castle section. As here we have Edmund trying to go around the outside in the castle section. That's not going to work. He smartly falls back in line with the Renault driver here, making a mistake there in the corner. And so yeah, we'll come now through into the main straight, and almost picking up a second extension there actually, but thankful we didn't. And now I'm getting a fantastic run through here though, and I know I'm right behind Edmund here in the tow, and he's getting a tow as well, but I am getting a fantastic tow here, and I have to re-enable overtake mode here to get this done. But you can see we're really pulling now out of the draft alongside, now getting the draft from the Renault, pulling alongside and clearing into turn 1, and we'll later on the brakes there, and we get the move done. That's a nice move there, and Edmund hasn't got a response there. So now behind the Renault driver, not sure who it is, I think it's just a reserve driver. But we now have another safety car, would you believe it or not? and we've moved here into 4th place from 8th, so I feel like we've had a really good restart there on the hard tyres, mind you. Tom doesn't pit here. I believe Edmund does pit. Yeah, he does pit because he switched to the medium tyre, so now he's switching those out for the hard tyre. So that's I think he's changing his strategy, realising that maybe I'm on the medium tyre. So now I'm looking in a really good spot here. Despite a little bit of damage to the front wing, so I'm not planning to pit. I feel like I can manage with this front wing damage, and now we're just gonna. We got Tom ahead as well in the Haas. He's also he's on the hard tyre, but he started on the hard tyre in this race, so he's got his strategy. And Tom out front, still on the soft tyre, still has not pitted, so I'm not sure what his strategy really is at this point. But we get a good restart here on the Renault, and that's Vesti actually there. And we're going to go down the inside of Vesti. I believe he's our reserve driver here. And we're going to make that move down. Understeered there a little through one with the damage, and we're able to get the move done. So, yeah, good job there getting past Vesti, as we now have Tom and Tom ahead. So, the two Toms, and we'll be looking to find a way past both of them, as you can see here, lap 12 now. Zandezi's tyres, they're just cooked here, and Cairns Tom is all over the back of him. So, yeah, he's going to have to pit, and here he might catch a bit of a break. Yellow flag here, and it's only a virtual safety car, unfortunately, for Zandezi. And even Cairns could have used the safety car to switch out onto mediums with this long to go. But the virtual safety car, that was quick. That ends before we even get to the pit lane. And I get a fantastic run here. I just timed the virtual restart perfectly and get past Cairns here. And Tom pits, so all of a sudden I'm leading the Grand Prix with 13 laps to go, no pit stops. And, you know, all the guys around me I know have to pit at least again. I think the first person who does not have to pit is Primetime Raz. So now it's just about settling into a rhythm, which is what I did. You can see I'm controlling the gap. Obviously a little bit of damage. I was probably losing a few tenths per lap. Then coming here at lap 17, I break the front wing a little bit more, but I don't think it was a little bit more. I decide I can hack it. There's only 8 to go, 9 to go at this point, so I'm just, you know, going to keep it alive. I feel like this lap was proving at this point, yeah, I can stay out with this damage and still win this race quite comfortably. So I'm just going to deal with it. The only issue is Raz there, but he's got a penalty to deal with, so we might be able to survive here. And then on lap 18, my internet cuts out. Just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was seething at this point. That's a race win, just, you know, probably potentially being snatched from my hand. So we lag out here on lap 18. I couldn't believe it. And, you know, I haven't really had too many issues with the internet and lagging out of races. But this is really the first time, and I've really lagged out. I've lagged out in a qualifying session before, which wasn't the end of the world. But this is the first time I've lagged out in the middle of a race. Actually, no, it's the second time. I remember lagging out in a FRL race in Brazil last year. But that I wasn't as in good a position as I was this time around. I was in an unbelievable position here. I was leading the race, probably looking like I was going to win it. I feel like I had confidence I was going to win that race from that point of view. And now we're loading back into the game here and back into the session. And I don't know where I'm coming at this point. I don't know what's happened. So I actually still don't know to this point what's going to happen. I might have to watch the stream back and just see what happened. But I've ended up in 7th place here. There was a safety car. I'm not sure why there was a safety car, but we're going to take control of the car here. Not sure why there was a safety car, but we're back in 7th place. We're on the medium tyre. And I've got a new front wing. So the AI pitted for me, put on medium tyres instead of soft tyres. And yeah, he fixed my front wing for me, which is, you know, thanks, buddy. Thanks for doing that. But now I'm down in 7th place. And you can see we're behind Primetime Raz. So yeah, he's on soft tyres. But if I had been in the race with the safety car, I would have definitely pitted and put on soft tyres and also put on a new front wing. So who knows? But I think I would have been towards the front of this pack. I would have been ahead of probably a lot of these guys. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but a little bit of an unfortunate situation. But now we're going to have a 3-lap sprint here. So now I'm just going to make of what I can And now we're just trying to time this up again here. And I was in second gear there. Thought I timed it, but then they slowed down again. So the Ferrari Hervina is at the front, and he's slowing the pack right up. He doesn't want to be slipstreamed into turn 1, which is fair enough. Philip here, he doesn't want to be slipstreamed into turn 1. He's leading the Grand Prix, and we're going to do our best here to pick our way through. We don't get the best race up. You can see carbon fibre flying straight away, so somebody's had contact of some sort, unless it was a glitch. But yeah, Mercedes is wide there, and we go past Vesti. We go up the inside of him. He makes contact with the Haas there, and then I don't get the best exit there out of turn 2. And now I've got a Ferrari on our inside. And what I failed to realise here, there's Vesti also on the outside of Ian, and unfortunately 3 into 1 doesn't go. There's contact, and Vesti's in the wall. I'm in the wall. Ian backed out of it smartly and survives. So that's a real unfortunate incident there. I was really angry at the time. I thought I'd just been taken out. I think, yeah, looking back at it, it was just a bit of an unfortunate accident. I also moved across as well back to the middle of the circuit, as I wanted to just open up the angle of the corner instead of staying on the inside. And there was a scary moment. I don't know how I didn't DNF there. Pick up a 5-second penalty for this. Didn't know the car was there, but I'm just coming back to the pits. And I could have, retired and stuff, but then I thought to myself, I'll put on a set of soft tyres, change the front wing, and there's enough laps where I'm going to have an opportunity to set the fastest lap of the race in the last lap. I'll just try and steal that extra point. So that's the goal now, just to get the fastest lap and get the extra point. So that's what I'm going to do. And here we come. Race is over. Tom's ended up winning from pole. Well deserved victory. Unfortunately for me, it's going to be 8th place with a fastest lap. So 5 points and maybe a penalty that could see me drop down the order or affect me for next week. I think I could get a penalty for the incident with Steve. Disappointing result at the end of the day. If the incident didn't lag out, probably would have been a little bit different, but I could have lost that win as well with that contact with Steve. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I could cop a penalty for that. Could go down as it was my fault, so I can't say that as a racing incident. I just went too deep in turn 2. But anyway, congratulations to Tom. Well deserved, his first win of the season. I don't know what the championship standings are as of now. We haven't done it for a few weeks, so we'll get everything all sorted. We'll sort out everything, hopefully, for the next video in terms of championship standings, which will be at the Montreal, Canada. So, yeah, another straight track, and Canada's a track that I love. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe. Should have a career mode around Austria in the next couple of days, and then look forward to more league racing. We've got Transnations next week at Baku, which should be exciting, and then we have FRL at Canada, I believe. So hope you all enjoyed it. There's the results, and I will see you for the next video. Until then, goodbye.